what's up, guys? Welcome back to another NASCAR 25 video, and today we are going to take a little bit of a deep dive into the paint booth for NASCAR 25, which has been getting a little controversy online. I'm seeing people really not complaining about it. I'm seeing people complain about it, so I thought we can go ahead and dive into it, make a paint scheme together, and talk about this paint booth from my own personal opinion on what the game has to offer when it comes to being as creatable and customizable as you possibly can. Now, obviously, you can tell from the screen I have been playing around with the paint booth quite a bit. Obviously, if you do know or if you don't know, I am partnered with Logitech G. You can use code It'sSloppyJoe at logitechg.com to get yourself a new steering wheel, maybe a new gaming pad, a mouse, or pedals, or maybe you just want to go on an absolute crazy shopping spree. You can use my code at checkout and enhance your gaming needs as much as you possibly can. Thank you to Logitech G for being an awesome partner of my channels and everything. So yeah, so I figured I'd make a Logitech scheme, and honestly, this thing pops. I love the way the number looks. I love the design. Now, from the naked eye, some people might look at this and be like, well, what's the problem with the paint booth? I don't see anything wrong with it. Why are people complaining about it? This scheme looks pretty fire. Sloppy knows how to make a pretty cool, paint scheme and everything. Okay, nobody said that. I said that, but, come on, the scheme's pretty cool. Not only that, you also get to customize your driver's suit, the helmet, and the team hauler along with, all the equipment and everything, which is pretty neat. I mean, that's something that I've always enjoyed. But if you did not play the game The World of Outlaws, apparently this is very similar to that paint booth as well. Now, I didn't play World of Outlaws. I'm not really a big dirt racing guy. So from someone who is just going into this for the first time, not playing World of Outlaws, then this paint booth is probably pretty good. Kind of meets the standard. Sure, it kind of lacks some customization, but you can still do lots of cool things with this. Example, this paint scheme I made right here. But if you are used to this paint booth, there might be some criticism, and that is where it all comes from. So let's kind of go into this paint booth and let's take a look at it together and see how creative it actually is. All right, so I already made a car, and the cool thing about the paint kit slash paint booth is you have multiple cars you can make. So right here you have 4 slots for the Cup Series. You can have a Chevy, you can have any kind of manufacturer you want. You're not stuck to Ford, Toyota, and everything. You can pick your manufacturer as you go here. So for the next one, let's go ahead and choose slot 4, since this will be for multiplayer racing. So you all know we love to do sloppy lobbies. That will be carrying over from NASCAR Heat 5 and all that. So let's go ahead and make a brand new car. And I love sticking with the Chevys because, I'm a bow tie guy. You can tell by my shirt and my hat that I rock with the bow tie. So this is what your screen looks like here. Right from the start. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the car design first. All right, now when we go ahead and look at the styles here, this is where some people might have a little bit of criticism here with this paint booth. Okay, there are a maximum amount of paint schemes, of designs that are allowed here. Okay, now you could just go a standard route here and go with a standard scheme and add shapes and make whatever design you want, which, of course, I'll probably make some videos on that. But for the most part, these schemes are actually pretty fire. I don't really see a design that doesn't look terrible, in my opinion. You can definitely do some really cool things. I love this fade of colors. I might actually use this for one of my paint schemes. This is actually pretty sick. But as you go through here, you have loads of different designs you can make here, and clearly whoever did put these designs together did a great job. Most of these are out of the park. Lots of good customization here. Got some flames in there as well. So that's pretty cool. You can also change the primary color, the secondary, the accent color, and you can also copy this design and the colors to your team, your helmet, your suit as well, along with the rim color. And look at that. You either want your plain old black side skirts, or you want the paint slash wrap side skirts, which is pretty cool. Now over here is the decal side, where you can go ahead and choose how many decals you want on your car. And it's pretty easy. If you don't want the decal that's on here, all you have to do is click the square button, and boom, it's deleted just like that. So we're gonna go ahead and just delete all this since we are making a brand new car. Now, one thing I would like to mention here is that there is not a mirror button when it comes to this. So some people might have a problem with that, and I'll be honest, sometimes when you're making a pretty crazy design that takes a lot of time and effort, you would like to have that mirror option on there. So that is not on here, which some people may see as a red flag, and I understand why people may be saying that. So no car number there, no car number there either. So we're kind of going full on naked here with this car. Same thing with the decals here. You want to go ahead and just delete all that. Make sure the car is crystal clear. Nothing of the sort is on it. And I'm pretty sure we should be good to go right now. Oh, I almost forgot about the hood. Where's that hood? There we go. Nice. Cool. All right, so now that our car is crystal clear, no numbers, no decals or anything, let's go ahead and take a look at what decals are in this paint booth. Now, I'm pretty happy about this selection, guys. There is a vast majority of sponsors in this one. Just kind of going by fairly quickly here. You have the NASCAR 25 ones, the 47 brand, Aaron's, Advent Health, Allies in here. You kind of go to the Carolina Carports, Castrol, the CW's on here as well. Fifth Third Bank, First Bank, lots of banks in here. Grillo's Pickles, so you can make your own pickle car, which is pretty cool. Hellman's Mayo's in here. That's pretty neat. If you want to make your own custom car and maybe make a mayo jar, you can also do that as well. But as you go through here, I mean, yeah, lots of sponsors here, man. I mean, lots of good stuff in here. Jarrett, the iRacing logos, lots of JRM sponsors in here, which no complaints whatsoever. You also have Lionel Racing. You all know I love my diecast, so a Lionel Racing scheme might be up in the works. And my awesome friends at Logitech G have their logos in the game, as well as Mobile One, MRN, New Era hats, Quaker State, Roto Rooter, Roush Yates, Schluter Systems, Safety Clean, SKF, Speedy Cash, Sunoco, Toxic Waste Candies in here. That's pretty cool. You can make some cool designs with that. And WeatherTech's in here too. So yeah, lots of good sponsors in here. And who's to say there might not be more sponsors added on later into the game. All right, so let's come up with the design here, right? What's a good scheme here that we can rock that can fit lots of different sponsors and everything that also fits what I want to rock online? There was a cool gradient effect that I liked. I want to rock with this. We're not gonna do anything too crazy for the first scheme, but I want to rock something that's gonna, you know, really pop and look pretty clean. So let's go with number 11 here for the style. I'm personally gonna start out with a NASCAR 25 paint scheme. I think that's a great way to start this. So let's go ahead and choose an N25 logo. All right, so we're gonna rock an N25 paint scheme here, guys. So what I'm going to do personally is I'm gonna go ahead and make the primary of this car black. So that's what we're gonna rock with. We're gonna rock with a black here to start it out. And then we're gonna try something a little different here. So the black is gonna be the, you know, the primary of this style. Now for the secondary, I'm gonna follow the colors of the NASCAR logo. So already off the bat, the blue is kind of already in sync. It just needs to be a touch more up on the blue, and I think about right there. I think about right there is going to be a good color right there for that blue. Now let's go to the accent color, and let's see what a yellow looks like here, because ooh, I don't know how I feel about this now. Now that we got that blue, we're going to go ahead and look at the red here. And I found a nice red that kind of goes with the colors I'm trying to go for. But also one thing I want to mention that I found here, guys, is check out the accent. You can rock a nice accent color, a carbon fiber, which looks actually really freaking sick. There's a lot of different ones you can do. Hexagon, you can do a stars, so lots of patriotic cars can be made on this. The stripes look kind of cool. But you can also do a gradient front to back, a gradient top to bottom, which is pretty sick. But I'm going to go ahead and rock with the diamond plate here. Kind of gives that whole, you know, pit crew in the garage, kind of mechanical feel to it. So I'm going to rock a diamond plate here. And since IR Studios, aka iRacing Studios, made this, let's go ahead and put iRacing Studios here on the hood. Since they did make the game, so that's pretty cool. Actually looks a lot better like that. I do like that design. So we have our hood all taken care of here, NASCAR 25 iRacing Studio, so that's pretty cool. We got our nice little gradient effect going on with a nice little diamond pattern on the red. Looks pretty cool. I like that touch of purple there. Kind of throws back to the old vintage NASCAR logo that used to have the purple on the little dashes and everything, so that's pretty cool. Now you may start to ask, where do you choose your number for your paint booth, for your paint scheme, etc.? So you actually need to back out of this, go to your team, and then you're going to go over to card number. So this is where you actually choose your card number for the paint booth. Now, not every number is available here, guys. So we got to find a number that is really going to blend well with this car. And right off the bat, I'm kind of looking for a nice font that's really going to fit. And I've got to admit, guys, I love style number 2. Y'all know that font. It's that Hendrick Motorsports font. Such an iconic font, and I'm really glad it's in the game as well. You also have 24 different fonts here, which is always really nice to have. So I think for right now, we're going to go ahead and rock style number 2 for the font. And since we don't have any yellow on our scheme yet, we're going to go ahead and make this a nice yellow. And then for the outline, we're going to go ahead and make this, I believe we're going to go... And then for our outline here, we're going to go ahead and rock with a black. And let's see what number we want to run here. I want to run... 25 is not available, right? 25 is not available. 25 is not available. Dang it. Let me rock a 57 here. Let me rock a 57 because I've seen that number run before, so that looks pretty fire. So I'm gonna run a 57. All right, now that our number is chosen, now you're gonna go back to your car design. You're gonna go to numbers and go ahead and add that number here to the roof as well. Deck lid. Okay, you don't want that. Nope, never mind. Don't do that. Add car number there. To the right side, yep, you're gonna add it there. And yeah, how about that? Now you have numbers all over your car and it looks pretty snazzy. Now guys, check this out, a pretty cool feature you can do in this paint booth. You can actually move the numbers where you want them. So if you don't like where the next gen numbers are, no worries, you can put your number exactly where you want it on the old stock cars the way it used to be. So I'm gonna put my 57 right here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right there, dead in the middle. Pretty nice number right there. And then, yeah, pretty freaking cool stuff, right? I mean, pretty neat that you can actually do that. I know sometimes they can be a little strict on all that, so that's pretty cool that we can change the number to where we want it on the car. All right, guys, and after just adding a few decals, like just to make the car not completely blank and everything, here is like my final outcome for a very quick scheme on NASCAR 25. Made a quick little, concept of a NASCAR 25 paint scheme with a nice little gradient effect there with a little diamond metallic look with the NASCAR 25 logo. I got my awesome friends at Logitech there on the bottom. iRacing Studios on the back right there. NASCAR 25 with my number there. But yeah, it looks really good. And I put the number there because it takes up a lot more space and it definitely makes the car feel a lot more full. Just my honest opinion. But yeah, I mean, the possibilities are really, really big when it comes to this paint booth, and I understand why people may have some doubts on the paint booth when it comes to the amount of creativity you can do, but in reality, what you can do with all the different ways you can design shapes, the way you can change the way a pattern looks, even not just on the color, but the way the pattern looks, the way it looks or feels or touches on the screen, the way it like really speaks to you is really, really cool in this. So I do enjoy it. I understand people's concerns and all that stuff, but even like right here, I'm just going through some of these different designs here, and you can see the metallic gradient look I added to the red, and it really makes some of those things pop. So in reality, I mean, there's some really cool things about this paint booth that I really can't wait to see people create. Let me know down below, what is the first paint scheme you'll be trying to make with this paint booth in the game? Make sure to leave a like and comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay sloppy, everyone.